Super D. Super D said Peios. I tell you what, Gunners fans, what a great feeling it is to win a game so late like that. Let's talk about it, the FA Cup quarter-final six-round game against Sheffield United. We got the victory, we got it late on, and I tell you what, this review was changing by the minute with about 5 minutes to go. It was going to be positive and talking about a narrow 1-0 victory. Then it was about to turn into what's going to happen here, 1-1, or is it going to be a 2-1 loss late? It looked like we may have potentially thrown that game away, but we come away with the victory. Danny Ceballos, 91st minute. What a winner! Oh, it's such a good feeling to win like that. Big Jostle here in the lounge rooms of Queanbeyan, New South Wales, Australia. Just ticks over midnight and the boys get through. What a great feeling that is, Gunners fans. We've got the victory. We move through to an FA Cup semi-final, a place where we've been many, many times before, and a place where we can hopefully progress through to another Wembley Cup final. Again, I know it's not going to be the same, a cup final and a cup semi-final at Wembley without fans. It's definitely not going to be the same as what it once was or what it once might be. Moving forward, we don't know what the landscape is going to be in the next couple of months, and even though there's talk of potentially some fans at the end of the season, let's not take away from the fact that that was a magnificent jostle and a magnificent feeling to get the victory against Sheffield United late. It had a cup tie feel to it at certain points of the game, especially in the second half, really towards the back end. I felt myself getting very nervous in the last 20 minutes as we looked to hang on. There were times where those long throw-ins were coming in and the ball's in the box. It's a little bit hard when you can feel the ball coming in the box for us, and just some shaky defending perhaps, which doesn't give us a whole lot of confidence. But in the end, we got through. Let's talk about the game. It started off a little bit shaky for us once again. The first 15 minutes, 20 minutes wasn't great for us. Disallowed goal for Sheffield United, and the defence was called into action a lot. Those long throws looked dangerous early. And as the ESPN commentary team here behind me was saying, it had that feel of Rory Delap and the Stoke days of just setting us up in defence to have to defend those long throws that came in the box. And Sheffield United looked very, very dangerous. But we got past that offside early and hung in the game. David Luiz had a very good header off the line within the 6-yard box as well, which was a good piece of defending from him, back in the side today, of course, after missing the last couple of games. So it was a little bit of a shaky period, which we managed to get through up until the point of the penalty. Definite penalty on Alexander Lacazette, and well put away from Pepe. It looked like he potentially scuffed that shot a bit, but outside of that, he still put the ball away. It was hit well, and then from there, I thought the next 25 minutes of that second half were excellent. I thought we were really good up until that point. The drinks break came. The game meandered a little bit as we sort of approached the 40th minute, and then we looked dangerous moving forward. Comments I wanted to make on guys like Joe Willock, even though he's a youngster and there's been some criticism of him of late, I feel like he's a brilliant player when he's got space in front of him, when he's got time on the ball, and he's got the ability to look around him and play a pass. He looks great. As a pivot, when you're playing in the middle of the park, there's a little bit more of a 360 part of the game in terms of match awareness. I guess I'll try and compare that to when like Saka gets it on the left-hand side. He just looks to go forward or looks to go within 120-degree angle of moving forward. Whereas with Willock, you need to look around. When he gets pressured, he sometimes gives the ball away. But overall, I can only say positive things about him. Bukayo Saka as well looked great. Kieran Tierney menacing down the left-hand side. He's going to be great for us. So getting into half-time was important. We didn't do too much that was silly as we headed off into half-time. Came out in the second half again. We're under the pump a little bit. Moments of pressure from Sheffield United, and then another disallowed goal for offside from them. But they really came at us for a period. But we look great as a team on the counter. One thing I've noticed is some really slick passing movements between a lot of the players. They get the ball, they play at 2 feet, they look to move straight away, pass and move. It looks very, very silky and fantastic. So it's a great sign that he's looking to get that into the team, in Mikel Arteta. There's moments as well where Martinez, you play the ball out, 3 players either side. The Sheffield United players are pressuring, but when we can play it short and get it out, there's a period where we move forward, and we could have done really well, on the fast break, I guess. You wouldn't call it a counter, but on the fast break, playing out from the back, when we can get that going, we look a great side. So very, very positive signs. Back into the second half, Sheffield United piled the pressure on and perhaps warranted their equaliser. McGoldrick, beautiful finish off what was realistically a defensive calamity. But look, let's not be too critical. Robbie Holding went up and tried to head it away. Look, if we had have lost, it may have been, I may be commenting on this a little bit differently. Holding going up, missing it. Kolasinac getting his feet in a bit of a knot, kicks it straight into Mustafi. The ball rebounds and McGoldrick puts it away. So a real feeling of despair at that point in time. But then moving forward after that, we were feeling great. We were well underway after that when Danny Ceballos put the ball in the net, because I was feeling terrible and I wasn't even sure what my feeling was going to be in doing this. But then Danny Ceballos finishes it in the 91st minute for us for what I feel like overall was definitely a deserved victory for us. 2-1 as I predicted, or 2-1, 2-0. So I'll happily take that because I'm going to get most of them wrong moving forward when it comes to score lines. But what a great feeling, what a great result. We move on now in the FA Cup. Man of the match for me, Nicolas Pepe. I thought he was magnificent today when he got the ball and looked to charge forward, cut in on his left when he had the opportunity, or conversely, just stay on his right foot and get the ball. And he looked really lively. On the counter, we look great. And if we can get the timing, the movement, the passing right, I think going forward, there's a lot of potential there. I feel like we're a little bit shaky at the back. There's moments in time where the ball comes in off those long throw-ins or crosses come in, and that defensive organisation in terms of who's picking it up, if it's a man-marking system or guys are just going for the ball. That's dangerous when you're ball watching if you can't get to the ball, if there's a man running behind you or someone that gets ahead of you at the near post. So let's not be too critical at all. I'm absolutely buzzing. The job's going to be now to get to sleep tonight. But great feeling. We're through to a semi-final. Manchester United, one of the teams there, and then it's either going to be Leicester, Chelsea, Newcastle or Manchester City. So fantastic teams. It's going to be a great semi-final lineup. And for us, with the fact that there's not going to be any fans, it might level things out for us, noting that a lot of those remaining teams have been better than us this season. So let's see how we go. But overall, positive signs. We move on to our next midweek league game, which is coming up. And we've got an FA Cup semi-final day to look forward to. Come on, you Gunners, and enjoy the rest of your day, especially if you're in the UK, a beautiful Sunday afternoon ahead. Talk to you very soon.